everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today I'm going to be bringing you my February TBR. Really quick, you guys are at a slightly different angle than normal. I usually set up my camera on our coffee table, but we got a new coffee table. It sits a little bit differently than the old one, so this is the new angle that we're working with, but I think I like it better. Let me know what you think. If you like it, we're gonna stick with it. And today's TBR video is going to be a little all over the place. I don't exactly know where this is gonna go. I don't really have anything in mind that I want to read for February. I'm going to be pulling out of my TBR jars as per usual, but other than that, we're just going to kind of go with the flow, see what I'm thinking I might want to read this month. So before we get into the video, if you're new here and you're not already, be sure to go down and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. Without further ado, let's get started. So first, I do have 3 arcs that I'm going to need to read in the month of February because they are released in the month of March. And all 3 of these arcs I got through NetGalley. So the first arc that I have is Every Reason We Shouldn't by Sarah Fujimura. I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. But this just sounds like it's gonna be a really cute, diverse, kind of hate to love romance. This book follows our main character, Olivia, who is training to be a figure skater, and that dream gets shattered. I assume that she gets injured or something, but she's no longer able to figure skate. But there is a boy named Jonah that winds up coming to her family's rink, and he is training to be in the Olympics for roller derby, and they tease each other, and it says that there's kind of like a rivalry, and I eventually assumed that they turn into something more. There's a little bit of a romance. Regardless, I think that this one sounds like it's going to be really, really cute, and I'm excited to get into it. I also plan to pick up Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. Now for this one, I'm just gonna read you the little snippet in the synopsis that I think encapsulates what this book is about. It says, Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda meets Clueless in this boy meets boy spin on Greece. That's really all that I need to know about this book. I don't even need to go into specifics about the synopsis. I just think this sounds like some really adorable stuff, and I'm all for reading these cutesy, fun YA contemporary romances. Since February has Valentine's Day, I'm very excited. And the last arc that I have to read in the month of February is What the Other Three Don't Know by Spencer Hyde. Now, the synopsis that's given on Goodreads for this one is a little bit vague, but from what I can gather, it follows these 4 high school seniors who are going on this road trip, I think, together, and they all have their own individual secrets that nobody else knows about, and throughout the course of the book, they wind up finding all about each other's secrets, and does it really change how they perceive each other, things like that. Back up, this is not a road trip. Apparently they are on a river rafting expedition when all this is happening. But regardless, I think that this one sounds really, really interesting. I have not heard any early reviews on this, but it sounds like it's gonna be more on the darker, more hard-hitting side of YA contemporary, but regardless, this one really intrigues me. And all 3 of those arcs are set to release on March 3rd. So I only have one other book picked out in advance, and that is my new release category. I talked about this in my 2020 reading goals video, but I want to prioritize new releases, so every month I'm going to choose a book that was published in the last 3 months. So in February, I'm planning to read The Conference of the Birds by Ransom Riggs. This is the 5th book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. Now, honestly, I have no idea what this book is about. All I know is that I have loved every single book in the Miss Peregrine series so far. The first 3 books, which is the original trilogy, took place in Europe, I believe in Wales, and these next 3 books are taking place in America. I really, really loved A Map of Days, which was the 4th book, and it was our first look into the American peculiar scene. I'm definitely going to have to reread a synopsis of the 4th book before I jump into this one because I do not remember a lot of the plot details, but regardless, I trust Ransom Riggs, I love his writing, and I've been waiting for this for forever, so I'm very, very excited. I am going to really quickly mention 2 other new releases that I may or may not get to in the month of February. I went ahead and picked them up from the library. There is still about a week left in January by the time I'm filming this video, so I might get to them in January, who knows, but I just thought I'd go ahead and show you. So first I picked up Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. This is the only Adam Silvera book that I have not yet read, and this is his first foray into fantasy, so I'm very excited for this. It follows 2 brothers in this dystopian, fantastical world, and I think that like one of them wants to have a magical power and get in the fighting, and the other one just wants to kind of lay low and he doesn't want anything to do with it, and that one winds up getting a magical power, I think. Not really sure, haven't heard a ton about this yet, but regardless, I'm intrigued. And finally, I picked up Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore. I have read one book from this author before. I read Wild Beauty a while back, and I feel like Anna Marie McLemore has a gorgeous writing style. It's so flowery and descriptive, but you definitely have to be in the mood for that. So if I'm not in the mood for this, then I won't pick it up just because I don't want to ruin it for myself, just because I'm not in the right headspace. But if I am feeling that, I'm excited to get to this one. This is inspired by this thing that actually happened in real life back in the 14th or 15th century, where all these people just started dancing uncontrollably and they couldn't stop, and they like danced until they died, and it was insane and nobody really knows why it happened. That is explored in this, and I believe that one of the pairs of shoes that somebody was wearing while this was going on, like somebody in our time finds the shoes and something happens. I don't really know, but it sounds interesting, intriguing. I think I'm just gonna kind of go into it blind and just let it take me on a ride. That's it for new releases, but I lied. I did have one more that I know I'm going to be getting to in the month of February, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, obviously the second book in the Harry Potter series. I'm doing a reread for the first 7 months of the year. I read The Sorcerer's Stone in January, planning to read Chamber of Secrets in February. This one is short enough that I can do like I did with the first one and read one chapter a night and have it done by the end of the month, so that's probably what I'm going to do with this one. Hey there, future Alex. I am in my kitchen. It's later in the day. I just realized that I forgot potentially the most exciting read of February and of my entire life, and that is The King of Crows by Libba Bray, which is the fourth and final book in the Diviner series. It comes out in early February. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I need to go pre-order the audiobook right now. You guys have heard me talk about this in way too many videos to even count. This is probably my most anticipated release of 2020. I cannot believe that I forgot it. Okay, so now we're going to be getting into my TBR jar picks. So I'm first going to start out with my series jar. So there is a bunch of series in here that I have not yet finished. I'm going to pull one out and I will either be reading the continuation or I will be rereading the whatever book I'm on and then reading the continuation as well, just depending on how I feel about the series. So let's find out what I'm going to get. I really want something short. February is a short month and a busy month. Okay. Ooh, The War That Saved My Life. So The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley is a middle grade World War II historical fiction novel that follows our main character. She is taken from her home, her really abusive mother, and she and her brother wind up getting adopted by this other woman who keeps them safe and gets them through the war. This is only a duology, and the second book is called The War I Finally Won. I don't know exactly what this one encapsulates or where it picks up or what, but I am excited to get to this one. The War That Saved My Life was my favorite middle grade of last year. I was an easy 5 out of 5 stars, absolutely devoured it. This one, I don't think I'm gonna have to reread the first one. I pretty much remember what happened because it hasn't been too long since I've read it. So I'm excited to get into this one. Hopefully it'll be quick, fly through, and I will enjoy it just as much as the first one. And the second TBR jar that I'm gonna pick from is my genre jar. So this has a bunch of different genres that I don't typically read from, and whatever genre I pick, I'm going to select 3 books from that genre to read throughout the month of February. So I feel like I'm in a non-fiction kind of mood. We'll see. I got mystery thriller again. I got mystery thriller for the month of January, and I want to spread these out a little bit, so I'm actually gonna leave this one out, repick, and then I'll put mystery thriller back in. If I draw it in March, that's fine, but I don't really want to read it 2 months in a row. So maybe this is cheating, but I didn't really set any rules in the first place, so that's okay. Okay, maybe now we'll get something good. Adult fantasy? I have to read 3 adult fantasy novels in February? I did not think this through. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. These are all so freaking long. Oh no. Okay, I am looking on Goodreads right now to try to think of my 3 picks, and I think what I'm going to try to do is read at least one that's long, just because I feel like with adult fantasy that's kind of a given, and then hopefully the other 2 can be like mid-range. So I think the first one that I'm going to pick is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Goodreads says that this one is 541 pages, so that is bigger than what I would typically read, but I still feel like in the world of adult fantasy that it's relatively short, so we'll see. Now this is one that I really know nothing about. I just know that I have enjoyed Brandon Sanderson's work in the past. I'm sure that if you're into the world of adult fantasy that you probably already know what this is about, but I'm just going to read the Goodreads synopsis because it's really brief. Where ash falls from the sky and mist dominates the night, evil cloaks the land and stifles all life. Criminal mastermind Kelsier teaches allomancy, the magic of metals, to another mistborn urchin, Vin 16. The unlikely heroine is distracted by rich venture heir Eland. Can Kelsier's thieving crew take on the tyrant lord ruler and bring back color to their world? That's kind of vague to me, but hopefully I will just dive in, see where it takes me, and hopefully I'll enjoy this one. I'm also going to pick up Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. If you guys watched the last video that I posted on my channel, which was my booktuber challenge books that I need to read, Ninth House was on that list. It's been getting a lot of buzz, as you guys probably know. A lot of people have loved it. I Don't know much about it. Don't really know anything about it. I know that it's set at Yale, and I believe that it's pretty gory, but that's really all that I know, and I want to get to it anyway, so I might as well try to slip it in February. The last one that I'm gonna pick up for adult fantasy is The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. Now this is another one that I, again, don't know a ton about. I put this one on my Pop Sugar Reading Challenge list, and I think that I put it on there for an author that's written more than 20 books, or in a series that's more than 20 books long, something like that. But I don't know a ton about this one. I know that Terry Pratchett was a really, really big figure in the adult fantasy space. This book says that it's really short on Goodreads, which is something that I'm looking for in the month of February. So hopefully I will enjoy this one and I can report back positively. So that is all that I have for my February TBR. Everything's set in stone. February is also Black History Month, so if I have some extra time in between some of these reads, I would like to pick up some works by some Black authors. I'm thinking about maybe picking up The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'd really like to pick up something by Jason Reynolds this month, probably Long Way Down because it's a really short one. It's written in verse. So if you have any recommendations for some of your favorite works written by Black authors or about Black characters, let me know those in the comments down below. Very curious. I might be sticking some of those in somewhere in February. But that is it for my February TBR. If you have read any of the books that I talked about today, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know what you're planning to read in February. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to go down and give it a big thumbs up, as well as hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. So until next time, bye!